Vortex Golden Eagle Riflescope. The Golden Eagle is a 15 to 60x magnification with a 52mm objective. The turrets are 1/8 MOA per click and have 10 MOA of travel per rotation. The elevation turret has 55 MOA of total travel, while the windage turret has 45 MOA of total travel. The windage turret is set up for a 5 MOA per the whole dial, but it also comes with an optional 10 MOA dial that you can put on to make sure that you're counting all your clicks per rotation without going over for each one. The Golden Eagle is a 30mm tube diameter, and while it is not available illuminated, there are two different reticles available, the ECR1 and the SCR1. Vortex also includes a 3-inch sunshade, aluminum caps that can be threaded on, and an aperture stop ring, which allows you to increase the depth of field with the scope, and it can be used with or without the sunshade. Both the windage and the elevation turrets can be re-indexed, so once you set your 0, you can go ahead and re-index them to show that where your rifle scope is zeroed is 0 on the turret. The parallax adjustment on the side is rated for 15 yards out to infinity to make sure you get a crisp picture on your target. We got a chance to take it out to the field and see just how well it performs. So as you can see, when you're shooting distance, whether it's just recreational or in an F-class match, the Vortex Golden Eagle scope is an excellent scope to have on your gun.
This past March, SOCOM adopted a new multi-caliber sniper rifle called the Mark 22, and it was a historical event because it is the first time in U.S. history that a father and a son developed and deployed a rifle to the U.S. military. So the Mark 22 is from Barrett, and that was led by the efforts of Chris Barrett. His father, Ronnie Barrett, was the one who pioneered the M82A1, which was the 50 caliber Barrett sniper rifle. So a little piece of history, and on that historic rifle is a Leupold Mark V HD. Now the one that comes on the Mark 22 is an FDE, and that is not available outside of the military, but the closest that we can get is this particular model, which is a Mark V HD, so it's the same glass mill turret with the Leupold CCH reticle system. First focal plane, grid reticle with lots of features in there so that you can do your wind holds, range holdovers, leads. It is a very, very sophisticated reticle that's also easy to use. Complex terrain, something that's behind some vegetation, and you can really zoom in and identify if it is exactly what you need and what you want, and then find that precision point in order to make your precision shot. So Leupold has served well by me in combat, hunting all over the world, as well as competition, and very happy to see that the historic SOCOM multi-caliber sniper rifle has a historic American brand to go with it, and we will be getting this thing out in the field and making the most out of that proprietary CCH front focal plane reticle system brought to you by great American optics company Leupold. I'm Billy Birdzell, and we'll see you down the road.
When Leupold came out with the VX6, it immediately made it to the top of my go-to rifle. And as you can tell by some of the examples, it's performed pretty darn well. So when they told me they were coming out with the VX6 HD and made some significant improvements to it, you knew I was going to have to stand up and take notice. First and most importantly is the optical system. Leupold gave the scope a high-definition optical system for sharpened clarity, and the Twilight Max light management system for even greater low-light performance. And although the original VX6 performed extremely well in this department, there's definite improvement in those low-light situations when game is most active. The CDS, or custom dial system with the zero lock, is the next big change. This new system will allow you to get 2 full revolutions out of a turret, which is a total of 40 MOA. In some cases, that's going to get you out to near a mile with a 200-yard zero, which is pretty impressive. A push of the button on the zero lock and you get 1 complete revolution. Once you pass that, the lock goes below the surface, giving you an indication that you're on the 2nd revolution. You're entitled to 1 custom turret with each and every purchase of your VX6. These locking dials are on both elevation and windage. A side note about these great setups is that to put them back to 0, once adjusted for elevation, requires the use of an included Allen wrench. When you travel, if the TSA folks are just a sick friend playing a practical joke on you, can't cost you that animal of a lifetime. It takes a lot more than just a twist of a turret to mess up your zero. Basically anything that could have been improved on the VX6 has been taken care of with the VX6 HD. But before anybody drops a small fortune on a rifle scope, they want to know, what is it going to do to make me a better hunter and more successful in the field? And I can tell you, from utilizing this in a field environment, this is the lightest and the brightest scope I've ever had a chance to use out here. It tracks both vertically and horizontally to absolute perfection.
Vortex Viper Gen 2 1-6. This is video that's kind of come in a few different parts because I've done a review on this, which is the technically AXTS or Radian Model 1. This is just an early edition one. We briefly talked about the Viper and that. And then we did a LPVO versus red dot video, in which case this thing actually did quite well. So this is almost just like a, hey, let's kind of top off this subject matter that we've been kicking around for a few different videos now. So the Viper Gen 2, the 1-6, so straight up, so my optic paid for it, yada, yada, so I have no, it'd be great if I had an endorsement deal, and they can give me one. I am available for purchase, straight up. I can be bought, okay? But I have not been bought, so I'm buying all of my own shit, so I can tell you my honest thoughts on this, and frankly, they're good. Spoiler alert, if you're like, I don't want to watch this stupid 11-minute video, cool. Good optic, okay? Go ahead, you can move to the next video now. But, hey, look, if you watch any videos on this channel, you'll know I'm not really hitting a lot of specs and components and all that kind of stuff. But 1-6, and I've got the MOA reticle, 30mm tube, 3.8-inch eye relief, all that kind of stuff. I'm more of an opinion guy, so let me give you my opinion on it. So first thing I think people would probably wonder is the glass clear, especially in comparison to the Razor HD. So I don't have a Razor, I've seen them, and that would probably be the main competitor to this. And hey, look, I'm not a huge scoped rifle guy. I'm definitely not a precision shooter, but for my Irish eye, glass is clear. Like, I'm not looking through it, I'm like, that glass is green. Like, I don't have any of that. Like, it looks good. Okay, so glass is clear as best I can tell. One thing that I really, really like about this is the whole red dot system. And this is not, so, you know, that's just kind of like recapping overall thoughts on the Viper 1-6. I'm a big fan.
Talk about the Strike Eagle 5-25x56 first focal plane rifle scope. Now this is the long range precision rifle scope within the Strike Eagle line, which has been designed to give shooters who want all the features of the more high-end tactical rifle scopes like the Razor Gen 2s of the world or the PSTs of the world, but do so in a more affordable price point. When we talk about features in a rifle scope, this scope has it in spades. First off, we'll start off with the obvious things that you can tell. 5-25 power with a 56mm objective. That's really getting close to what we've seen before. And again, that Razor Gen 2, like a 4.5-27x56, for example. So similar range of magnification. You also get 34mm tubes, which is a big deal. That's going to allow a ton of adjustment range inside the scope. In fact, to the tune of around 110 MOA or 31 mils when it comes to elevation. Now, speaking of the internal range of travel, the things that are going to be doing all that dialing for elevation and windage are your turrets. And as you can see here, the Strike Eagle has these tall, exposed elevation and windage turrets. And what's really awesome about this scope is that they're actually locking. So you just pull up to unlock, make your adjustment, and then push down to lock back in. When we go around to the sides, we have our parallax adjustment on the side, and integrated into that parallax knob as well is our illumination intensity controls for the illuminated reticle. When it comes to the reticle inside, again, taking cues from the higher end tactical long-range precision optics in our lineup, the Strike Eagle utilizes the EBR 7C reticle, which is a comprehensive technical reticle that offers you holdovers in either MOA or MRAD that can be useful at the range for spotting shots, spotting corrections, making adjustments, holding for wind, you name it. We have a ton of information on the website on this exact reticle. You can look into all the subtension details. We'll put a link below that you can check it out. Now, as if all those features in a scope in the Strike Eagle line weren't already awesome enough, we have one more that we know a lot of you long-range guys and gals are going to love, which is the integrated zero stop in the elevation turret. Now, this is our RevStop Zero system, which is super easy to use, super easy to set. It allows you to dial as normal and come back just beyond your zero. It actually offers you 5 clicks beyond your zero, exactly like our L-Tech Zero system in the Razor Gen 2 and AMG lineup does. We've got a lot more information on this exact Zero system if you're interested in it in another video, which we will link below. But just know it is included in the Strike Eagle 5-25. When you open the box to your new Strike Eagle 5-25, you'll find an included throw lever for the magnification ring to make changing your magnification quick and easy. You'll find a sunshade, battery for the illumination, and a turret tool for getting to that RevStop Zero system. So that's a brief rundown on the Strike Eagle 5-25x56 first focal plane. If you have any other questions on this particular scope or really anything else, let us know in the comments below or give us a phone call, shoot us an email, hit us up on other social media platforms. We're always happy to talk to you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.